My fiance and I have spent the last 2 months building and creating the home library of our dreams. And let me tell you, the second that I could put my books in these bookshelves, I did so. But the issue is I just threw the books in there. They were not organized at all. And I've been having the hardest time finding any book I'm looking for. So today we're spending the day organizing our home library, and I can't wait to take you guys along. Okay, we're bringing in the reinforcements. My plan is to take all the books, obviously, off the shelves, and then I'm going to organize by where I want them to go on the shelves. So, for example, the shelves here are going to be for series, because obviously some series are really long, and I wouldn't be able to fit them on the smaller shelves, like, all together. And then the shelves will be for standalone. My ultimate goal is to have enough space right now, at least, to leave the bottom two on each side empty, so I can put containers in them so we can store things like the Switch accessories and stuff that just kind of like make this not look nice. And as I'm going through it, I'm also going to make an unhaul pile, like as I'm taking books down, and I'm going to be pretty ruthless. Like, I really only want to have books in our home library that A, I really want to read, or two, are some of our favorite books or series of all time, because I want our home library to be like a representation of like Matt and I as readers and like our favorite books. So let's jump into it. I'm excited. I've got a good audiobook on. I'm really into Manacled. It's so good. As like a huge Harry Potter fan, it's so good. And I'm only chapter 4. So that's the plan. Let's jump into it. So I've gotten most of the books out of here. I think I was really silly for like lining up all the series here, because as you could see from the clips, I couldn't get out. Like, there's nowhere I can step right now. But okay, I'm trying to decide if my plan should be to start organizing the standalones or the series. They're all organized. So like this is all series. And then all the standalones have their own spot. So I have like horror here. I have thriller, seasonal books, like more witchy, Halloween, Christmas books, romance, 2 stacks of standalone fantasy, nonfiction, literary fiction, and some more nonfiction back there. So I'm trying to decide if I should start with standalones or series. I don't know which way to go. I also want to give the shelves a good vacuum, because obviously we've been doing a lot of like caulking and wood filling and all that stuff. So I feel like I need to give them a good little wipe down, figure out a plan for this. I will eventually putty up the back holes too, but I think I'm going to paint the bookcase at some point, so honestly I'm not in a rush. But it's kind of a slay that these are the first books going up in the bookcase. Like, one of my favorite romance series of all time. If you haven't read it, it's like an F1 romance series. I love Lauren Asher, so I think it's kind of fitting that this is the first organized set of books going up in the bookcase. guys, I started to put the series in the shelves. My plan of attack is to just get them in by alphabetical order, and then if the books are out of order, I can look them up. Like, for example, I don't know what order the Dune books go into, so I'm just gonna put them up on the shelves. If I know the order, great, I can put them in the order, but especially with like math books, and when they don't say like book 1, 2, 3, 4, like I've never read the Dune books, I don't know what order they go in. So I'm just gonna kind of put them up on the shelves, and then I'm going to organize them at the end. I needed to save a whole shelf for Cassandra Clare because she's got so many books. Get all the series on the shelves, and then I'm going to go through and like reorder them if I need to. I was trying to film an Instagram reel or TikTok at the same time as doing this, but I just cannot. That is just, it's way too much. So anyways, let's keep going with that. It's going good so far. I've got a good playlist going. I decided to stop on the audiobook because I felt like I really needed to focus on the alphabet. Like I really was trying to think like A, B, C. I keep singing the alphabet in my head, and you can like, there's moments where I'm just like sitting here and I'm like, does J go before K and L? And like, obviously I know the alphabet, like I have a university degree, but sometimes you're like really overthinking it. So anyways, I've like barricaded the dogs from coming in here, which they're like stressed about it because this is their favorite room, but it's just too much right now. So I'm going to keep going with this, and then we'll work on standalones, and then I think I want to take some of the Funkos out of their boxes and put them on the shelves. I just like think that looks cute. But yeah, going well so far, and we got a long way to go. Making progress. We've got 2 shelves of series, which is great, and these are like incomplete series, so I think I'm gonna start here an incomplete series shelf of just like books I'm not done yet. So I'll give you guys like a tour at the end, but I have some kind of like, not placeholders, yeah, placeholders I guess, for books that are just kind of like around the house I need to go find, or like I'm still in the middle of thrifting. Like for example, I'm still trying to finish the Hunger Games series, and then over here I'm still trying to finish our Harry Potters, but I figured Harry Potter and Rick Riordan could go on the same shelf because they're like, you know, god tier for Matt and I. Matt's got all of his Tolkien books down there. So we're making progress, but I think I'm going to turn this into, I'm trying to decide, but I can like at least start maybe from like here. I'll do alphabetical again, and we'll just do incomplete series that like I'm in the middle of looking for. I think I'm going to get started on this pile of standalones, and I'm just trying to figure out where I want to put them. I might honestly actually place them in the cubbies first, and then like stack them in the cubbies to see how many I can fit of each genre. Like if I need 4 for romance, 2 for romance, etc. Like I know I only need 1 for horror. I'm not like putting them in for fun and then having to rearrange it. I can just stack in their own cubbies, see how many I have of each. So I think that's my plan. we are making stellar progress in my opinion, so let me give you a little update. I've decided that it makes the most sense to do this shelf a standalone fantasy because I think I have enough to put it in here. Don't mind Magnolia Park's not supposed to be there. Here we have some nonfiction, romance, thrillers, literally all of my witchy spooky season books, and then horror there. And then like I said, the goal is to leave these two empty on each side for bins, hopefully, fingers crossed. I've got some like odd ones out that I kind of just need to like find homes for and go through, or like doubles of books that I have. I have a huge get rid of pile. My plan is to continue the nonfiction, hopefully these two right here, and then this will be like literary fiction slash like, I don't know the genre of it, and then yeah, this will be fantasy. So super excited about that. I took a little break to eat breakfast. I'm gonna, like I said, make another coffee soon, get a new battery for the camera. And I don't mind if some of the shelves are empty, honestly, or not super full. Like, for example, these aren't, like, crammed because, obviously, like I said, I still have, like, books that are on my TBR that I want to buy. Same goes here. Like, my witchy section isn't, like, super, super full, and that's just because, obviously, next year we'll have some books to add. I am loving it so far, and, like I said, I have to go through and organize some of this series because, like, I straight up just, like, threw a glass in here. I have no idea which book goes in which order. Put that in the donate pile because I actually have two of them, and now I'm only missing number 2, which is exciting. Really huge donate pile, so there we go. Hello, I've acquired some fuel. I also ate some breakfast and I had a green juice. Now we're having a coffee because I just need some caffeine. This like irks me so much because I took the freaking blinds down because we're replacing them, or the curtains, and now we've got the shadow on the TV, and obviously the TV will be mounted. I had a lot of people in the first episode of the book or building our home library video say that we shouldn't have a TV in here. It like ruins the vibe, the aesthetic of it, and I totally understand that perspective. I'm personally not someone who like really, it doesn't bother me because this is supposed to be like our hobby room. Matt has his Xbox upstairs, but I have nowhere that I can game, so it doesn't really bother me. Plus it will be mounted on the wall with a fake frame around it, so it will look a little nicer hopefully. We just haven't gotten that far yet. But yeah, I know right now it's kind of a little bit of an eyesore, but bear with us. When you guys see part 2 of building the home library and like doing the final organization, it will just probably look a lot better. But for now, it's just a bit of an eyesore, but that's okay because I have a home and my own TV to play Hogwarts Legacy on, and that's all that matters. But I just found these books upstairs, so I'm going to go ahead and put those in their homes, and the library is pretty much organized, which is great. And I have a lot more empty shelves because I'm getting rid of a decent amount of books. And we'll wrap it up. I was going to do an unhaul, but I don't really know. Are people like interested in those? There's nothing against these books. I've just either read them and didn't love them. Like, for example, I'm not keeping the Once Upon a Broken Heart series because it was just like meh to me. Like, I'm only going to keep books that I love or books I have to read. So, and then like just books that I've had on my shelf for like a year or 2 years that I just don't plan on reading, and I'd rather put back into the, you know, book community, and then hopefully some good juju follows me home and I can get some books that I want to bring in. So anyways, that is that, but we got rid of a lot. I'll put like an overlay of the big pile that I'm getting rid of. I feel really, really good about that. It was kind of pretty ruthless this time. I was like, if you've not read it in a year and a half and you don't plan on it, get rid of it. I also had a few doubles, which is why I'm so excited. I got a library scanner. That will be in part 2 of the home library video, but I literally got a barcode scanner, and I found an app. It's called Libib, and you can like scan all your books and have like a home library app, so that way when I'm out shopping I know like, hey, I'm missing book, you know, for example, I think I'm missing the first book in the newer Harry Potter covers. I love these covers so much. I have the original ones too packed away somewhere, but the shelves just have holes in them because I'm like waiting. So for example, I have one book left to thrift in the Mortal Instruments series, so I just like left a little gap for that. And then same with her newer series. I don't remember what it's called, the Last Hours or Darkest Hours or something. I have the hardcover. I just want to trade them for paperback. So yeah, I don't know what it's called, but yeah, so I have some room there. And then same with our Harry Potter shelf. I have a lot of room because I plan on getting the I don't know how to say it, Mini Lima covers of Harry Potter, because I think between Percy Jackson and Harry Potter, those are like our 2 favorite series of all time. Like, they're very nostalgic to Matt and I, so that's why we have a whole shelf dedicated to Miss J.K. Rowling and Mr. Rick Riordan around here. I'm blabbering on because I'm procrastinating finishing this up, even though it's like so satisfying to have it done. I'm like, can I be done with this already? It's been like, honestly, 3 hours. It's kind of crazy. And then I still need to go through the series. I don't know if I'm going to do that today. I probably should go through the series and then just make sure they're in the right order, like look them up. Let's finish this off. Alrighty, you guys, it's done. Cheers, we did it. I need a sip of coffee. With the skinny ones, so here we just have some of our like more collector books, so like our Marvels. I have a George R. R. Martin like illustrated guide, some Disney books, etc. We've got library books and then books I'm currently reading so that they're just like easy to see, grab and go. I feel like my library books were kind of just like all over the house and I never really had a good spot for them, but now I can like see them. They're next to the bookmark, so I could like grab a book, grab a bookmark, and just head and sit down and read. So I like that, and then I like having the books I'm currently reading there too, so I can easily just like grab this in the morning, start reading. Here we have our literary fiction and our classics, or like what I think is literary fiction slash like books that don't really have a home. Like I don't even honestly know what genre this book is. Or like I don't know what Lessons in Chemistry is. Is that like women's fiction, literary fiction? So anyways, lit fic, classics are there. And then I actually haven't organized these yet, and there are definitely some random books here that just didn't fit anywhere else, but these are just a bunch of non-fiction, like miscellaneous non-fiction slash fiction. Like I'm pretty sure War and Peace is a fiction book. A mix of fiction and non-fiction books that just didn't have a home, so they're all there. We have all of our standalone fantasy, sci-fi slash also Magnolia Park's universe apparently. I figured this just kind of went together because the majority of the series over here are fantasy as well. So I figured it just made sense to have all my standalone fantasy here too. Then we've got 2 bookcases full of fantasy series. So they're all in alphabetical order, but they haven't been organized yet. I think I'm just going to do that another day, honestly. I don't really feel like doing it today. That's going to bother me. I really feel like since I've read most of the George R. R. Martin books now that I should really decide between hardcover and paperback, because it like irks me when I have a bit of everything. But I was just kind of like thrifting what I could find when I started reading the series, but now that I'm pretty much done it, I feel like I might go for hardcover. They just look nicer. This is our beloved shelf, like I mentioned. We've got Harry Potter and Rick Riordan, and then we've just got some room here because I'm sure we'll bring some more Harry Potters in. Like I have a bunch of different editions of it. And then down here, I do have like a few series in here that aren't fantasy, which is fine. But Magnolia Parks didn't fit, which is why it's over there. So we've got some more series. One of my most prized possession series ever. I love the new covers so much. We've got Matt's stack of Tolkien books over there. Same thing here. We have like a mix. So I have like the Twisted series, and then I also have the Good Girls Guide to Murder series here. Yeah, like I said, I left a spot here for those Cassandra Clare books that I was missing. And then, yeah, these are probably not in a order. Also, please tell me why I can get the second book in the series in paperback, but the first book isn't out yet. That literally makes no sense to me, that I have the second book, but I don't have the first book. It doesn't come out till May in paperback. Interesting. But we have all the series there. And then, like I said, I have 2 empty ones on this side. Here we have our horror. Well, I know that, like, technically some of the Stephen King books aren't horror, but I feel like they all belonged on a shelf together. And technically, to me, he's a horror novelist. So we got horror, and then these 2 are all of my witchy reads, or like Halloween spooky season reads. So I love that, and I'll read those all year round, which is why they're there. There are some V.E. Schwab books here. I did keep her series together down there, but I decided to put some of them here. Then we've got thrillers, we've got romance. I don't know why this is sticking out. I think it's because I didn't really have a home for it. Okay, well, we've got romance. And then up here we have memoirs and autobiographies or biographies, and then Matt's space books. So it's honestly all organized so well, makes so much sense. And then we obviously have so much room to bring in some new books this year. I also just added these little guys here. I thrifted these a while ago before we even moved into this house. They're like book library related, just like pretty books to have on display. And I put it on top of the Switch, and I think it looks so cute. Obviously it looks so much nicer when the TV is mounted, but I think that adds a little character. I love it. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys in the next vlog. Bye!